I'm looking at retail stocks because, we get the January retail sales report on Friday, same day as we get the jobs report. But I wanted to zone in on Best Buy because it's soaring 8% here in the pre-market. And this is even though sales and full year outlook disappointed. In fact, they fell short of even low expectations. So what are investors focusing on here? Profit last quarter surprisingly rose above expectations. And even though the stock already had a relatively high dividend yield, Best Buy lifted its quarterly dividend by 1%. CEO Corey Barry pointing out a few of the positives here in this report that investors seem to be clinging to this morning. He said market share was at least flat despite the decline in holiday sales. Comparable sales for the year returned to growth after 3 years of decline. So that's a big deal. And the company's advertising business was pretty strong. And I just want to also point out Target this morning. Looks like signs of a turnaround there, finally starting to yield some results. We've got Target up about 3.5%. It forecasts better than expected profit for the full year. It expects a small increase in comparable sales for the year and net sales to grow about 2%. We know it's been struggling, right? With these
they have
slumping
everything
sales.
going. I go into a Target, it's got everything. I feel like.
But can I tell you, I can never find somebody on the floor. And I feel like the inventory just hasn't been where it needs to be.
Okay.
That's fair.
So they're trying to refresh the stores, improve merchandise, use tech, of course, who isn't? All right, let's get to Pinterest. It was down 32% this year, but it is rallying today. Activist investor Elliott Investment Management investing $1 billion in Pinterest to help fund the company's efforts to buy back shares.
Wow.
Yeah, the latest repurchases will be carried out as part of a new $3.5 billion program authorized by Pinterest board this morning. Pinterest is also going to buy back as much as $500 million in additional shares from cash on hand.
Are you guys on Pinterest?
No.
I try to be. It doesn't work for me. I don't understand it.
I used to be on there all the time just for food recipes and whatnot.
It is good for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Now there's TikTok?
Yeah, I mean,
ChatGPT.
But what's pin supposed to be? What's it supposed
It's a board, like a thematic board.
Okay.
You can pin things to virtually.
Okay.
A fashion board if you want to get inspiration for
decor.
outfits. There you go.
The thing is, can you buy things off Pinterest? I know
that's a great question. I think it can link to other websites potentially if the person who posted the board has hyperlinked it.
That's where I hit the brick wall. I'm like, you know what? If I can't find out where to buy this thing, I'm out.
And that's where you're done.
I'm out. Pinterest also, by the way, just a reminder, it cut hundreds of jobs last month. It makes all of its revenue from advertising. And it said it was hurt by President Trump's tariffs. I mean, you think about how would Pinterest be hurt by the tariffs? It does a lot with furniture.
Right.
And because of those furniture, the tariffs hitting furniture, it said it, was hurt. But Pinterest today, by the way, up 5.5%. And I have time for one more, may I?
Yeah.
Okay, Battalion Oil. Now, you may have not have heard of this company, but the stock is up 135% this morning. It's a smaller U.S. exploration and production company, has a market cap of just under $200 million, highly sensitive to swings in crude prices, and we're seeing them spike, of course. So analysts are saying the move up, this big move up in Battalion Oil sort of reflects the expectations that any prolonged disruption near the Strait of Hormuz would tighten global supply and improve cash flow for companies like Battalion, who get a lot of their revenue from shale.
Okay.